The Wood Stove Sessions are brought to you by Kinden's Bakery, located at 151 Main Street, Lewisport, Newfoundland. By Music NL, motivated by a vision of music cultivated at home and celebrated everywhere. Le Gabotour, Newfoundland and Labrador's French language newspaper. And the Citadel House, where music comes to be heard. We are here at the Wood Stove Interview. You guys are in the not-so-hot seat right now.
That's a good thing.
With with Big Jib Duo. Just tell us who you are and a little bit about how it started.
All right, well, my name is Kurt Blackmore. I guess I do the lead vocals and some rhythm guitar.
And I'm Joseph Blackmore. I'm a mandolin player, lead guitarist, play a little bit of banjo. I can kind of harmonize, but I try not to do that.
And how long have you been at this?
I've been playing guitar and mandolin now, like for real, probably since I was about 5 years old.
4 or 5 for sure.
Yeah.
So I guess we could probably let you know, or your audience know, that we're actually family. I'm the dad.
Yeah.
In case you couldn't tell.
Yeah.
And he's my youngest child.
Okay.
Yeah. So. And Joseph, he was a mini-me.
Oh, yes.
No doubt about it. So I always had an affinity for music. I guess lots of people love music. And in my upbringing, I never really had a chance to learn an instrument until, I guess I was in university, actually. I was 21 the first time I picked up a guitar to learn how to play it. I had a roommate from Little Bale Islands. We were living together in Burton's Pan.
Okay.
We were strangers to each other.
Yeah.
And I remember asking him, if I got a guitar, would you teach me how to play? And he said, well, you get a guitar. He said, I'll show you 3 chords. He said, and if you want
That's
to learn...
That's all you need for country, anyway.
Yeah, if you want... And he said, if you want to learn, you're on your own. So I will say I'm not much of a guitar player. I played rhythm. It's mostly chords, bar chords and regular chords, things like that. But anyway, fast forward, well after university days, I always also loved the sound of a mandolin.
Yeah.
And so my wife bought me one for Christmas at the turn of, sounds so corny to say this, but the turn of the century.
Yeah, a whole millennium.
Yeah. So anyway, she bought me a mandolin, and again, I learned some chords and a little bit of finger picking. And it wasn't long after that, I started playing in a band in Claremont. We called ourselves Solancha, and so it was at the same time that I was kind of playing in that band that Joseph was starting to mimic things that I was doing. So we had to go and get him a little ukulele at first because his hands were so small, and he'd strum with that, and then as he got, and he had little, like, remember that black folk guitar thing you had, right?
Just picture me up on stage in Claremont holding that one.
Yeah, Yeah, Miss Newfoundland, remember? She wanted to take a picture with you?
I don't remember that.
Well, anyway.
I don't doubt that it happened.
It happened, yeah. So anyway, back in the day, he was really cute. And
then his genes took over, right?
Pretty much. So anyway, we did notice, myself and my wife, we did notice, though, that even though, obviously, his fingers were too small to, really play music, things like that, we noticed that he could keep time. We noticed he kept time. Like, you put on, once his fingers actually got physically big enough, we put a mandolin in his hand and I showed him some chords, and by the age of 5, I would say.
He's playing Copperhead Road.
5 to 6, yeah. He was actually really playing and changing chords when he was supposed to change them.
Yeah.
So, so he started his musical journey, I guess, following me a little bit, but doing things on his own. So I guess in terms of us playing together, I also recognized as Joseph got into high school that I'm not going to say he's a prodigy or anything like that, and that's only foolish. But he was a good picker. He was someone who could learn. He could navigate all of his fingers up and down the fretboard. We noticed that.
Yeah.
And so once the lockdown happened, everything seemed to, live music seemed to come to a stall. But on social media, Facebook in particular, it lit up. Everybody was playing music and sharing videos, and so we had the idea, sure, we could do that. And so we put together a little show. The first one I think was only half an hour.
Yeah.
And we did it as a lark. It was kind of like, all right, we're going to do a show and we're going to play a half hour of songs. Because collectively, that's about all we had between us together. And we threw it out there. Anyone has a request that you'd like for us to learn, then we'll come back next week and see if we can pull it off. And so the next show then was about an hour long. And so every Thursday night we were doing an hour. I'm not going to lie, some of the selections that we did probably weren't that great.
That's all right.
We never gave ourselves much time to learn some of the songs. But it was really well attended. Nice. We noticed that we were getting viewership in all the provinces. Through shares and stuff. We were hitting all the provinces and territories. We were hitting places down in the United States. And it was really cool when we started hitting places over in England and Scotland and that. So anyway, so once the lockdown came to a close, local establishments, if you remember, like a lot of places could open up to half capacity. Things like that. So places that were hiring bands in the Clareville area previous to the lockdown, they would start advertising for solo acts or duos. And so that's when I said to Joe, well, you want to give it a shot? And so we went down to Shamrock City in Clareville and approached the manager, and we said, we'll play, we'll give you 3 hours. We don't want anything, because they didn't know who we are, because she wasn't watching us on Facebook apparently.
One of the few.
One of the few. So we went down and done a 3 hour set, and we said, like, if you like us, we'll come back. And if you don't want us, that's fine. Like, no harm, no foul. But we got booked there quite often, actually. So once things went back to normal, the next discussion then was, all right, do we stay as a duo? Or do we incorporate maybe a drum machine or a computer to do backing, bass lines, things like that? Or do we actually go and try and turn this into a band? And so we reached out to some people that we knew, and we ended up with a bass player and a drummer. So we are a 4-piece. Although
4.5, I think.
But when we went into the studio, I guess I'm all over the place. Sorry.
That's fine. No problem.
You just skipped 2 years right there.
Well, we cut our teeth as a band, and then we decided we're going to go in the studio. And so when we went into the studio, we wanted to add another instrument. We added an accordion. And so the band I mentioned previous, Solancha at a carnival, we had a really good accordion player in that group, and so I approached. His name is Doug Fleming, and we approached Doug to come into the studio with us. And so all we were looking for really was just some backing accordion, not so much lead accordion, but the rhythm, if that's the right way.
Just a flavor, basically.
But so anyway, Doug he played on almost all the tracks.
It's nice to be. I found though that in talking with people that it's nice to have some flexibility. That you can go as a duo, or you can go as a 4-piece or a 5-piece. It makes you more flexible in terms of what fits for a certain gig.
Oh, for sure. And we have a lot of fun playing together. We always have. Like, geez, we started it with Joseph, only a little boy, 5 and 6 years old, playing Copperhead Road around a campfire at a trailer park. I mean, now we're on stage, and so we do have a lot of fun. But I think we would agree. We'd much rather play as the bigger unit.
There's a lot more energy in the room when you're doing that.
And every morning we get to wake up too and say, hey, we get to make $1 playing music. It's a good day, right?
It's a good day. Yeah. So do you, speaking of making $1, do you have a day job that you do as well, or?
Well, he's a poor student.
Yes.
I'm a poor student who does music and live sound on the side.
Okay.
And he is a teacher who is taking up time he should be using to correct and write new material to go play music.
I teach. Currently, I teach at Clareville High School.
Okay.
I teach English. For a number of years, though, I was a principal actually at Random House Academy. Okay. So no, it was all good.
Awesome school.
Oh, fantastic school. But Clareville High is really, really good too. They're different. Random Island. We're off talking about schools, but Random Island was a K to 12.
Okay.
And that's a different beast in a 10 to 12 high school.
Yeah.
But both places are fantastic, you know. So
Yeah.
awesome kids. But but I do have an English degree, and I don't know. It seems like, and I'll probably just touch on the songwriting a little bit.
Sure.
Just a little bit, I guess.
Absolutely, yeah.
You might have questions regarding that, but so our last album, I guess it's our only album.
One of many.
That was your last album. It's all true, right?
I did
I hope
record.
it's not our last album.
I did record 2 with Solancha, but our one album, our debut album with Big Jib.
Our latest album.
Yeah, 5 of the tracks on there are originals that I had written, and I've had a lot of people, like when you hear some of the songs, like I guess it's fair to say it strikes a chord, like certain songs will strike a chord.
Yeah.
So anytime you get an audience reaction or someone coming along and you know they've listened to the words and they get it, and so people think locally, I guess I might be a prolific songwriter.
Oh, yeah.
But I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm not. It's just that when I get an idea, I always go back to an interview I heard a long time ago that Ron Hines had given. And someone had asked him, when the interviewer had asked him, you know, his secret to writing songs. And his response was along the lines of, well, I only try to write songs about things I know something about.
Yeah.
He said, it doesn't make sense to me that I would try and write a song about something I have no clue about.
Yeah.
And so I guess I've only got 6 or 7 really under my hat that I've sat back and took the time to write. But I think that I knew what was in here to the paper.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm not prolific where I write 1,000 songs and record 4.
Yeah.
No, I wrote 5 and recorded 5.
Yeah. Well, I spoke to Ron about stuff like that, and he did, like, he was a really great example of, you write about what you know, and you know, wear your heart on your sleeve when it comes to it. Yeah, he played a show here, and it was fantastic, just incredible, really, for him to be here.
Yeah,
with a small group of people, and he had his songs really happened to, I mean, they just really spoke to everybody that heard them, really.
Sure.
Certainly from the Newfoundland community. So you can't go wrong listening to advice from Ron Hines about songwriting, right? So you're now taking the CNA course?
Yeah, doing sound recording and production down
Sound
College of
recording and
North
production.
Atlantic. Yeah.
Okay. And so you said you do live sound for people. Is that in St. John's or?
I'm trying to break in down to St. John's with a company called Pro Audio.
Yep.
I've been doing a little bit of stuff with them this summer, kind of just shadowing their I guess you can call it main sound guy, Denver Gidge, who is phenomenal at his job. And if there's anyone you want to learn from the best. So I get the chance to work with them every now and then. But most of the gigs that I do and I get, I guess you can say I make a little bit of money for, are down in Port Blandford. They got a beautiful spot down there. They just opened up a new outdoor stage last summer.
Yeah, they unveiled it, I guess, last September.
Yeah.
At Applefest, wasn't it? That's when they really opened it up.
So down there they got what's called the front porch and the back porch.
Yeah.
So bigger festivals would be done on the bigger stage on the front porch. But on the back porch, they got kind of like an amphitheater. So whenever there's shows down there, they'll kind of get me to come down, do some sound. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's pretty fun.
Do you run like front of house or monitors?
Out there, I do both.
Both,
It's
yeah.
kind of smaller scale.
Yeah.
But I can do either or.
Yeah.
He's kind of selling himself short too, because whether it be the duo, Big Jib Duo or Big Jib, the full band, we're pretty lucky in that we got a sound guy in our group, and out next to probably Denver. We're giving a big shout out to Denver Gage. I don't even know if you'll see this. But
Love you, Denver.
Denver works for Pro Audio, and he's probably the best sound guy I know I've ever had. But anyway,
by far, not even close.
Yeah, but Joseph does. Joe's next. He does our sound.
Yeah.
And that's not easy to do when you're actually performing.
Yeah.
That's true. You know, and it doesn't look right when you got your lead guitar or your lead mandolin on the stage trying to play, and here was a mixer
clunky old box.
right next to him. Like, it's not the way it's supposed to be done.
Yeah.
But he dials us in our live sound I know. I'm very appreciative of what he brings.
Yeah.
Well, as a musician, but now also as a tech.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he might be selling himself a little bit short there, but.
But did you do the mix and the engineering for the studio stuff?
I touched on it a little bit. Are you talking about our album?
Yeah, your album.
Yeah, no. Most of the mix and the recording, or I should say, when I say most, I say like 99.99% of that was done by our producer and good friend Ward Pike. Who is, I don't know if you know him, but he
I know
is.
Ward, yeah.
Oh yeah, he is fantastic. The musical genius. He did most of that mix, and then when we got to the final part and we're on, I guess you can say mix 4, the final one before sending it off to mastering, I went into the studio, and I guess me and him kind of hemmed and hawed what goes how loud, what should be panned where, and then we came to an agreement. And he might have made a few changes after I left the studio and sent it off to mastering, but
That would be one.
yeah, no, it's really fun. That's probably one of all the things I got to experience so far in my life. That's probably at the top of.
Well, to put things, I guess, to compare, I was 21 trying to make my fingers form a G chord.
Right.
Like, that was painful for me. I didn't even know how to type. Like, I guess I might have been in that, maybe my thumbs with the joysticks back when you were a kid. But
did they have joysticks back then?
yeah,
I don't think they did.
Not when I was a kid.
I think they had a D-pad. I don't think they mastered 3D technology back then.
But at the age of 21, he's in with someone as accomplished as Ward Pike. Mixing and mastering. Well, I didn't master him, but
so many accolades and such a good human being too.
But that being said, but I'm very thankful that we actually went into the studio with Ward. I found when I wrote songs, the words really weren't much of an issue for me.
Right.
Sometimes you're trying to find something that might rhyme or work, or the rhythms. You're trying to get the syllables right. But generally speaking, what I found tough was the music, because you would start trying to put music to or a melody to a song, and then the next thing you know, that sounds like
7 other songs.
Something else.
Yeah.
All right, hang on a second. So once I worked out, I guess, most of the verses and choruses, I had trouble with the bridges.
Okay.
And I got to say, Ward was his knowledge of music, and like, you got way more knowledge of music than I do, but
he's got way more than I do. So.
Yeah, no, but just figuring out, all right, this chord progression will work with this song, so he was a big help there. But that being said, I got to say, for a young fellow like Joe, only age of 21, his fingerprints are all over that album.
Oh, good.
Yeah, and we're proud of it.
Oh yeah,
we're proud of it. That's a great album. Yeah.
Well, so what's coming up in the future? So this summer you've been touring and supporting the album, and you got another one in the works?
I've been trying to get Dad to open up the wallet one more time to. I guess you can say, do a Christmas single.
Oh, good idea.
I would love to do it, because he wrote one last year and we played it at a couple of shows, and it seems like every time we play it, there's always a couple of older people down sitting in the front row, and they got tears welling in their eyes. It's one of those songs that kind of pull at your heartstrings a little bit, because Christmas has changed. It has changed.
So we're talking about the Christmas song now?
Yeah, it has changed big time since even like when I was a kid. That's only like 10 years ago, right? And when Dad grew up and when Nan and Pop grew up, the stuff that they just doesn't happen anymore.
Yeah. We did a show. Well, to answer your question first off, we got a couple of dates now here in the summer that we're going to finish off, festival dates. And then it looks like on our calendar there's a little bit of a lull. But then we're going to go into some Christmas shows that, generally speaking, we book these ourselves.
Yep.
So we'll go into certain towns that got community centers or something like that, and we'll book them and do these shows. So we did that last year. And so the first one we did, the first Christmas show we did was in our hometown. And that one was there was a TV taping for that one. And so we got up and done a bunch of songs that, we typically do. Like, we've been doing that Buck Owens tune since you were like
Well, I mean, yeah, that, and we also celebrated New Year's on November 22nd.
Yeah. But anyway, so we went in, and that was the first show we did in the season. It was mid-November, like you said, the 21st of November.
Yeah.
And we're doing Santa Looked a Lot Like Daddy, and then we're doing some of the Pogues, and so anyway, we're cutting our teeth and all that. In the meantime, I had a song in here that at that point was starting to get composed. And by the time we did our bigger show at the time it was called the Eastlink Event Center in Clareville, we did a show, Big Jib with Solancha. Solancha did a one-night reunion.
Cool.
We never had a proper closing as a band. COVID kind of, ruined that for us. At that same time, one of our band members had passed away just before COVID, and that was tough. So we never had the proper closure. So anyway, we got together Christmas, and so we did a night at the event center in Clareville where we opened up for Solancha, and it was at that show that we played this Christmas song that he just alluded to. It was one I had written. So we started our Christmas dates with this Christmas song that wasn't even in the set list when we started.
Yeah.
And at the end of it, it became the one that people would talk about when we were done that night. And I remember looking down in the front row when we were doing the song, and like you just said, there was people there crying, right? And it just is, and the premise of that song was just essentially Christmas is awesome, and it always will be, but it's not the same. It's different. So someone who's my age, the Christmas I experienced as an 8-year-old, 10-year-old, is going to be way different than what a kid today, 8 or 10 years old, is experiencing. Yeah. But their experience of Christmas is going to be awesome, and they'll remember that, right? Yeah. But it's changed, and so I tried to encapsulate that in a song, and I think I did.
Oh, you did.
Yeah. He says it's the best one I've written. Well, I haven't written that many.
No, we can't do that one later on. we haven't practiced that one now since probably December.
So if you were to record that, you'd go in and do that this fall and then have it ready for this Christmas.
That's what we're actually.
To do it in September.
That's what we're talking about. We're thinking maybe some trip we're going to St. John's. We would probably contact Ward. Yeah. I'd work with Ward again in a heartbeat, and we would probably do. Those tracks, what do you call them? Scratch tracks.
Yep.
We'd probably go in and get that ready. For the sake of one single, I don't think it would take our band long to actually.
Probably not.
No, I think
4 or 5 days.
Yeah, and I think it's one that would resonate with people if they could hear it. And I think Newfoundland radio would like it, to be honest.
Yeah, and the thing about a seasonal song like that is that it has a short life every year, but it's every year. Right?
Yes.
So every year it comes back around, and that's what I've seen, that Christmas songs, they play from just after Remembrance Day all the way through to like just after Boxing Day, somewhere in between Boxing Day and New Year's.
Yeah.
And then there's the few around New Year's, and then it goes into a box and it comes out again in 1st of November. Right. Yeah.
So we haven't looked far enough ahead. We're still trying to, promote the album we just did. Mm-hmm. But we're looking ahead to maybe we would do a Christmas single this year, and then in the new year, maybe we would look at getting a Christmas album out for next Christmas. Not this one, but the next one.
Which is exactly what I would love to do, playing Christmas music in March.
Not a bad idea, though. Like, it's nice to have a follow-up, too, and that's what the single would do for you. It gives you a little bit of momentum, gives you a follow-up to work with. Is there anywhere online that you guys can be reached? Or you got a website, or it's Facebook?
Probably the most active place I am would be Facebook.
And is it Big Jib Duo or Big Jib?
No, it'll be Big Jib.
Yeah.
We got a page on Facebook. We do have a website.
Yep.
bigjibmusic.com. And so all our dates are there, and you can buy digital copies of our album there, things like that.
Yeah.
But I find that when people contact us for bookings, things like that, generally speaking, it's through Facebook.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, we get a lot of messages there.
We do have a smaller Instagram. Smaller one, yeah. Same thing, Big Jib Band on Instagram.
Yeah. Okay.
I think white and green flag, and we do have a YouTube channel.
We do, yeah.
Okay. And anything you'd like to cover before we finish up? Or is that good?
I don't know. I felt like we were all over the place. I apologize for that.
That's great.
One thing we haven't mentioned, our band members, minus Doug Fleming, who Dad dropped his name. We do have our bass player, Jeremy Party, joined with us probably 2 or 3 weeks after we had our first drummer.
Yeah.
So when going way back, because that just skimmed over this. When we first got together in 2021, our first drummer, Dad reached out to him, and that night he was at our house. It's Tyrell Drover. Major shout out to him. He was with us for about 1.5 years, 2 years.
A year and a half. TJ, he goes by TJ.
TJ, yeah.
When we spoke, this is at the end of the lockdown. We're like, are we going to become a band type of thing?
Yeah.
And I said, well, we could get a bass player and a drummer. And he said, well, do you know any drummers? And I said, well, I can think of one. So 17 years prior to this, I had taught in Tricentia Academy out in Arnold's Cove.
Wow.
And there was a young fella in the school at that time in grade 11 who was a good little drummer. Now he's a big man,
No,
but he was a great drummer. And
he's
so
one of the most genuine human beings
I just reached
ever.
out to him via text. I said, TJ, have you still got a drum kit? And would you be interested in having a jam? And I think it was like the next night. He drove from Sunnyside, where he lives, out to Georgesbrook. And the first song that we did was one that myself and TJ covered in a little group we had out in Tricentia, Copperhead Road.
Oh, okay.
Road.
Yeah.
And when he cut in with the cymbals and everything, like we got chills. We're like, all right, we definitely want to be a band. But so TJ is this really, really, really busy in life, had a bunch of different things going on. And so he hooked us up really with the drummer we have now, which is
Jonathan Peach.
Went to school at the same time.
Yeah.
Jonathan's one of those guys who can play anything,
Yeah.
but he is one heck of a drummer.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so anyway, so Jonathan plays drums for us, and he's currently living in Clareville, although, like you say, he's from Arnold's Cove. And Jeremy is originally from Sunnyside, Jeremy Party, but he's currently living in Lethbridge.
Lethbridge, yeah.
And the funny part about it, I guess I'll mention this for the whole age thing. I'm standing on the stage singing, playing rhythm guitar, and I'm looking this way and seeing my young fella, who went to Random Island Academy for a spell, and so I taught him. And I'm looking at my bass player. I taught him, and behind me, both Jonathan and TJ, either one of the drummers, I taught them as well.
Yeah.
You didn't teach Doug, though.
All former students. No, that's true. Doug
Doug taught you how to fix your garage door, though.
Yeah. That's another story.
I hope he's watching. You get a kick out of that.
Perfect. Thanks so much for doing this.
No, thanks for having us.